Tim Davey must resign. I've refrained from commenting on the BBC story about this documentary because I wanted to find out all the facts first and not just go half-cock and start slagging the BBC off because it's just too easy. We now know that the boy used, I think he's 14, in the documentary is the son of a Hamas minister. Certain morons like Gary Lineker, for example, have come out and said, well, that doesn't make him a terrorist, he's a minister in the government. Hamas minister, you stupid prick. Of course he's a terrorist. He's a minister for a terrorist organisation, you thick turd. What the BBC are refusing to tell the public now is, did any of that money directly go to Hamas, the £400,000? They have, of course, denied it. Lisa Nandy said, the BBC have told me that none of that money went to Hamas. Oh, that's all right then. Rubbish. That money went to Hamas either directly or indirectly. That's your tax money. If you pay a licence fee, some of your money has gone to a terrorist group. The BBC are also refusing to say how high up the decisions were made. This was quite an expensive documentary. It's quite a controversial documentary, even if it had been made properly, without bias. Did it go right to the very top? Did it go to Tim Davey? Did it go to people just a couple of ranks below him? Either way, a fish rots from the head down, and Tim Davey has been one of the most useless BBC Director Generals I've ever seen. And the BBC is getting worse and worse, and it's now making itself completely untenable. Its position of having the licence fee completely untenable, which is why 500,000 more people have cancelled the licence in the last year. We also know that the BBC doctored the subtitles. So instead of saying that they wanted to attack the state of Israel, these people were saying they wanted to commit genocide against Jewish people. They wanted to wipe out the Jews. The BBC were doctoring the subtitles to say Israel, as if that makes it any better, by the way. Anything anti-Semitic was simply taken out. But smart people in this country, who maybe dual languages, etc., know exactly what was said, and that's why we know the BBC have been doctoring what was actually said. Will any heads roll? Will anybody be sacked? Will anybody in the BBC finally be held accountable? Will the BBC, as it should be defunded from receiving any taxpayers' money whatsoever? The answer to all these questions is, of course, no. The only people who can cancel the BBC and defund the BBC are people like me and you by not paying a licence fee.